Hey Robo followers, Tony's just asked us Rocco how to fly. As you all know, silly question, there's not much Rocco doesn't know. Just ask him, he'll tell you. Shame on you, Tony. Good morning, Robo followers. Just heading off. We're in Longreach. Going out to get some breakfast.
I can't remember the last time I was.
We've got then we're going to the Qantas Museum to check it out. But we're just walking down the streets of Longreach. Coming up to the main street. Today's a rest day. We're going to try and probably, we might get on the bikes at some point, but we're going to walk down to the Qantas Museum, which is about what, 5 or 6 k's down the road. Brisk walk for the ride, boys. We'll keep ourselves pretty trim. We're in a bit of training before we headed off on this trip, you know what I mean? We like to keep ourselves trim, keep ourselves fit for the long rides. Makes a ride a lot easier. Anyway, we're getting to have some breakfast. We're in here having breakfast, an old style diner. It's Darcy's Diner in Longreach.
We didn't sign up for this show.
Rocco's gone, bacon and eggs fried. Rocco likes his fried. Tony's gone, he's gone. No, Tony hasn't gone fish and chips today, he's gone scrambled eggs, same as Roscoe. Roscoe's gone to scrambled eggs, and same as John. John's got something else. John's got avo or something. I don't know. Anyway, we're in the diner having breakfast. All the boys together. They're all whinging because Rocco's filming. But when they're crapping in their pants in their nursing home and they're looking at these videos and remembering back what we did when we were a little bit younger, they'll thank Rocco. Rocco here. We're just walking. Boys behind us. We're the walk boys today, not the ride boys. We're off for bikes. We're taking a walk down to the Qantas Museum. We're booked in for 10:30 for our tour at the Qantas Museum. We'll get there a bit early. It was only half an hour down from our motel, 5 k's. The ride boys walk pretty fast. We'll do it in half an hour. Down the end of the road here, walking through like a park. Well, it's not actually a park, it's just bushland on the side of the road with a path. But Longreach, it's hot today, very hot. It's probably it's 9:30 in the morning at the moment. It's probably about 30 degrees. It's very hot. It'll probably get to 160 degrees today, but you know what it's like. We'll deal with it. Rocco deals with extremes. Here we are at the Qantas Founders Outback Museum. Just going in and have a look. I don't know if you can see in behind me, they've got the hangar with some of the old Qantas planes. I reckon that was the one that John Travolta, wasn't there one that John Travolta flew here, parked it here. Good old Johnny. Hey John, if you're listening mate, you got a fair few tickets on that thing, you better hurry up and come and pay them, otherwise they're going to take your registration mate. Anyway, there's Longreach Airport's here as well. And we've got the Qantas Museum. We're booked in for a 10:30 tour, so we'll get in there. It's nearly, I think, 10 o'clock. Get in there a bit early, have a look around. Obviously Qantas has been around since 1920, I think. Sounds about right. It says it on the board. Rocco's got the facts straight from the horse's mouth. But Longreach Airport, Qantas Museum, all about Qantas out here. Boys are over there, I'm walking the path. I think I'm ducking across the grass. Yeah, Rocco's going to duck across the grass. We'll get into the Founders Museum. Founders Museum. Rocco's going in. Everyone's like, oh, I've got famous up. I really like did it on they got us all the stuff though. That's good. A bit of a souvenir shop. Tony's looking for a hat. Forgot his hat. Probably a good idea to get a hat. Rocco might get a hat. It's probably going to charge us about $460 for a Qantas Museum hat, but We'll get a hat. I reckon the pink's more your colour tone.
You think?
Yeah. Oh, it looks like a
Only
pretty cool hat.
at night.
The old luggage. We're in the Qantas Museum, just taking some pictures, just taking some videos, big props, engines. The old Remington typewriter. When Roy was a boy, that's what we used to type on. That used to be our computer. Spent many an hour typing up essays on one of those. How many people you reckon try to sit in the engine?
Yeah.
The old Rolls Royce. Qantas Rolls Royce engine. A couple of planes.
And we go out over Rose Bay Harbour.
Old Tony's telling us how that was one of the first planes he went on when he was a boy. He didn't realise Tony was that old, but that's all that was flying the skies when Tony was a boy. And he said his old man owned a car like that as well. You can remember trips down the Hume in these. Those were the cars that were driving around when Tony was a boy. He still remembers his old man sending him out to crank it up to get it going every morning. We've had to pass him some tissues. He had a bit of a tear in his eye, the nostalgia. It's not a meth lab, Roscoe. It's not a meth lab. Old Roscoe thinking it's an olden day meth lab, but not quite a meth lab. Rocco Quantum boarding the old Qantas jet. All aboard.
Did you not listen?
What was that?
It's not a Qantas plane. Rocco wasn't listening.
Well, if it looks like a Qantas plane, it's a Qantas plane.
Oh, it says Qantas on the dock there.
Watch your head, boys.
Make it more interesting.
Rocco's always looking after the right boys' safety. Yeah, don't sit with me.
Can't you see it? Don't see
Oh, did he? I didn't hear that. Rocco's just been told he's not allowed to sit in the seats.
He's your cousin.
It's like having kids.
I know.
Listen, if you don't want people to sit in the seats, don't put bloody seats in the plane. Or put ropes, or do something.
Put a big sign.
Yeah, put a big sign. Or tell them before they get on the plane. How's that? That'd be,
guide to tell him and explain.
that'd be nice. I think Rocco did a bit of the old, when he's talking to the missus, she's talking, but Rocco's not listening. That's just a bit of trivia from Rocco. They used to call these a lucky dip flight. Captain used to come out, spin the wheel, where it landed, that's where we're going. Oh, Rocco wouldn't tell lies.
Never.
Hey Roy Bell followers, Tony's just asked does Rocco know how to fly. As you all know, silly question, there's not much Rocco doesn't know. Just ask him, he'll tell you. Shame on you, Tony.
This was once Trumpy's plane.
It was a bit small.
He outgrew it, so the new one's on its way. Just got to find the right space for it. Rocco will keep it posted.
Yeah, as the guide told us, it needs about 1800 metres to land. Now Trumpy's driveway is just short of, it's at 1790. So he's looking at acquiring the neighbour's property.
I've had to buy 24 neighbours. Bulldoze, flatten out Castle Hill. Should be good to go.
It's now Castle Flat.
Yeah.
It's now Castle Flat, that's right.
Get a bit dark in here, obviously GoPro don't like the dark, but Roy will continue filming because he's
Annoying.
that too. What was this? It was a 707, like they said. This was built customised for our lounge room, dining. Yeah, that's a Trumpy's powder room.
Not much windscreen for such a big plane, eh?
Not much what?
Not much windscreen for such a big plane.
Yeah, you know why they do that? Because if you're going down, you don't really want to see
don't
where
wanna
you're
see,
going.
yeah. Good on.
Tony's dreading walking in front of Rocco.
I haven't signed the waiver. Get off me.
This class just for...
Hang on.
What's this, a 747? Yeah, on the 747. This would be an old one, eh? Safety slide. He was telling us invented by an Aussie. Us Aussies, we've got to back ourselves more. We've got to, the only gripe Rocco's got is we've got to invest in our people, invest in our intelligence. A lot of smart Aussies out there just don't have the money. But Rocco don't like to complain. He's not complaining, just saying. Rocco just stood in the engine. Rasco didn't want to come in with me. He's a bit shy of the camera. He reckons he don't like getting in front of the camera. But as you can see, you can get inside the plane.
It's about 10,000 there, so too many head traumas going on at Stanley for guys.
It's funny, I was just looking now and I was just thinking of there's been a few blokes who stowed away up in the landing gear. So imagine how desperate or how dumb, I'll put it down as desperate because dumb's a very strong word. How desperate would you be to actually climb yourself up into that area, in there, and think to yourself, I'm going to hang on to here and I'm going to go halfway around the world hanging on in here and get to some other destination. So, like I said, imagine jamming yourself up in there and trying to catch a flight. Yeah, Rocco's pretty tight, but not even Rocco would do that. Like I said, 747, the big Rolls Royce engine. They did talk about that plane built in the 1930s, a workhorse of the one over there. I think it was a D30 or DC3 or something like that. He did say it was built in the 1930s. Like I said, we've been on that one. This one's the same as John Travolta's plane. Old Johnny Travolta, he's got a plane like that. Not very often that you get under a 747, but we're up under a 747. Just sitting down for lunch, a few beers. Rasco's tried to go out a healthy option. What's happened, Rasco? Tell the viewers what's happened.
As usual, you try to do the right thing, live a couple of extra minutes of your life, and they run out of the healthy stuff.
So Rasco's tried to order Thai beef salad. Unfortunately, they're not doing Thai beef salad. Cash is no object, so Rasco's gone to lobster instead of the Thai beef salad. He's ordered a full lobster because he got no Thai beef salad. He's pissed off. So he's just said, "No, stuff it. Give me the full lobster, and he'll take the lot." Anyway, few beers. Enjoy.